What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the Canon R5 Mark II, and these are going to be all the rumors that are out there so far. So let's jump into it. The first thing is apparently they're going to go with a 61 megapixel sensor, and this is a pretty substantial jump from the current R5. And you're honestly getting into that medium format territory, which would be really interesting to see. You can also shoot 30 frames a second using the electronic shutter. At that point, it's pretty much video. It's going to have the same IBIS system in the camera. Hopefully, when you're shooting wide, it doesn't have any more wobbles. Hopefully they figured that out. It's also going to have a high resolution mode. I'm assuming it's going to be similar to what the iPhone's doing. It takes multiple images, kind of like a HDR, and then pieces them together to get the most detail out of certain shots. It's also rumored to have a digital teleconverter. For me and what I shoot, it's not really gonna matter that much. If you are shooting something that's really far away, or say you're shooting animals or birds, then the ability to somehow digitally zoom in, which would be ideal for certain scenarios. You know, maybe you only have a 300 mil, but you really wanna get a 600 mil. This way you could use that 300 mil for different focal ranges. And ideally, they would give you more than one option. So say like a 4 times, 8 times, 16. At this point, who really knows what's going to be included? And I'm curious to see on how this is going to play out. You're also going to have the ability to shoot 8K 60 frames per second internally. I definitely think it's a step in the right direction. I'm very curious to see what other frame rates they're going to offer you. Are you going to be able to shoot 1080 at like 500 frames a second? The camera's not going to have any overheating issues. From what I've heard, they're going to put a bigger heat sink in the camera to help dissipate the heat, which is going to be ideal. Obviously, if you're shooting in the middle of the desert or the middle of summer where it's extremely hot, nobody really wants their camera to overheat. Also, you're going to have 8K RAW. I'm personally hoping that you're going to have the ability to shoot, say, 4K RAW. That's one of my biggest downfalls with the R5. Nobody wants to shoot 8K RAW all the time. The files are absolutely massive, and it would be ideal to be able to shoot 4K RAW to upload to something such as YouTube. They're also going to get rid of the 30-minute record limit and boost that up to, I think it's going to be 60 or maybe 2 hours. But if you're shooting 8K RAW, who's really shooting for like 60 minutes, 2 hours? You're gonna need a massive, massive card for that. With this camera, they're gonna have 2 CF Express card slots. And ideally, it would be nice if after one card was full, you could start recording on the other card. That would give you a better variety. Instead of having to buy like a 2 terabyte CF Express card, you could buy 2 1 terabyte cards and then just split recording if you are filming something that's longer. Or you could record and back up footage simultaneously. Say if you're shooting a wedding or something along those lines, that would be definitely ideal. They're gonna add the multi-function hot shoe, which is on the R3, the R8, R6 Mark II. For me, I think this is ideal. I wish the Canon R5 had this, with the ability to attach things such as an XLR mic where you don't have to have it plugged into an external device. Especially if you're running gun shooting, you could slap a XLR mic on top of the camera and get more of those high quality audio for a documentary or something along those lines. I also hope that they have the ability to change the codec that you're using for, say, 8K RAW video. I wish it was a little bit more compressed, or with the ability to shoot 4K RAW just to get those file sizes down a little bit. The camera is rumored to be coming out in mid 2023. So I'm thinking the end of summer, early fall. That's all I have for this little rumor video. If more rumors do come out, I will be covering them. I'm excited to get my hands on this camera. I'm probably gonna trade in my R5 for the R5 Mark II, just for the slight feature upgrades with like the multifunction hot shoe, hopefully the ability to shoot 4K RAW video. If you did like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It does help. And until the next video, peace.